Hello and welcome. Today we are in a depth of 504 feet of bottom depth in the middle Puget Sound, looking at Vashon Island over to the west, and we have dropped into a sandy area and we are seeing what's called a sea fern, I believe, bright orange. I'm looking at the strangest thing though. It's like a long red worm. Are you seeing what I am along the stem? It's red and long, kind of moves around like it's feeding on it. Now another thing that I'm seeing, you already probably have spotted it, but go to the top, look up at the top, and there is either it's a shrimp, some type of hermit crab. I'm not quite sure. It's not a typical looking crab, and I don't know if in 500 foot of water what species of shellfish would that be. And if you look at the screen where that red worm is, I'm going to call it a worm, but see how it's moving around and feeding. See that? Crazy. Now the current is starting to increase. When I dropped out here, it wasn't moving at all, because you want to hit either the end of the slack tide on the low or hit the slack tide on the high, and you get your best flight nice and smooth. And for me to be recording this at 503 feet, pretty amazing, huh? Should I say welcome to the 21st century? Year 2024, high resolution, looking at something in 500 foot of water. That red worm, it's really something. It looks like it's feeding or living in this host of a sea fern. And we get a nice shot here of this. I'm going to call it a crab for not knowing really what I'm looking at. But I noticed that, is that a barnacle on its tail end there? Or it's interesting. And his legs, see how his legs are kind of coming out and holding on in the top? It looks like he's got a couple of little feelers up on top there. Are those eyeballs on the front of him there, side to side? Pretty amazing, isn't it? And if you look down, you'll see that this red kind of worm, I don't know what to call it. See it moving around? And it looks like it has a tail, or is that the head? Now I'm getting a better shot. Are there legs on the bottom of it? This is crazy, and you can see now that the current has increased a little bit. We're probably 2 knots right now. It's hard for me to hold steady, but we're used to this type of current. We were in the Chehalis River working with the tribe of the Quinault, removing derelict nets, and the river on the outgoing tide was moving 12 miles an hour, but yet I was able to work the drone in that current and identify, oh man, did we get the nets. I think when the project was completed, it was 19 tons. Amazing, isn't it? But now we're in 502 feet. And if you look at the back of the screen, you see that wiggly thing? Is that a worm or a piece of rope? I just picked up on it now. If you get a chance, you might want to back it up a little bit and see what that is. Under Puget Sound is just amazing. Every time I'm out here flying the diver drone, I see something new. And in these depths, man has never seen this before. Yes, you can probably go on National Geographic or one of those and see this sea fern. But in Puget Sound, a guy like me flying a camera in 500 foot of water, getting a shot like this for you, is truly a blessing. And if you haven't had the chance to swing over to TM Key Film, give it a shot. See what you think. We've been talking a lot about salmon fishing, using these underwater cameras on my charter boat. It helped me a lot on understanding how salmon bite your lure. And you might want to learn some of the areas. I wrote a chart book off of my log of the charters of, 33 years fishing Puget Sound. Yes, and I'd like to thank you for watching. And I'm not sure, it does have two eyes. You see that up at the top there, two eyes?